Vertigo, and now moving forward, the question is the mental stature of Na'Vi, and also the side of Heroic, right? They're going to be pumped up, they're going to be confident, they're knowing that they're only a map away from heading to France. Let's see if they can do it. Let's see if they can get the full upset, the 2-0, or if Na'Vi are going to be bringing us to overpass here in our opening game of the night. It is Na'Vi going outside of the B site to start things off. Heroic love to take B, as we saw on this map just yesterday against North. Right now, Stown's jumped and he's seen everything. He's got all the info. Double nade for Heroic. They are ready, and look at the damage. 1 kill, 3 players get tagged. Stown drops the first man in, and this is going well for Heroic. They got a crossfire, and it is shutting Na'Vi down at the door. Simple, no ID, no entry. Heroic, they will find the pistol.
And Stown might not be the most threatening of bouncers, but my God, has he shut down that attempted play from Na'Vi. My word, the B bomb site belongs to Heroic. The nade stack, the crossfire, everything is perfect. They read Na'Vi like an open book. Na'Vi, they've thrown a deagle over to Simple. And a deagle, actually for everyone, Zeus is really helping his team out. And it's not every day you see Zeus throwing those guns around.
He's been doing that a lot more with these last few days. Na'Vi have definitely had a bit of an identity change coming into this week of Pro League. We've seen some, you know, like some really good performances from Zeus. And, you know, Na'Vi able to get wins even when Simple isn't necessarily performing at his peak, which is obviously rare. You know, it's not often that happens. It's actually kind of scary how consistently he does perform. And it's going to be needed now. A map down, a round down. Pistols in for Na'Vi. Just spread up right now, looking for individual fights, looking for engagement and picks. Heroic won't be giving them any, though. Blame's going to get the smoke down in the connector and looks to fight underpass. This smoke is actually on the right side, so it gives him a way better angle down lower. Typically, that can be kind of hard as a CT, but he's thrown it in his own favor. And because he's looking down, he's going to have the advantage if Na'Vi peek into that, so they don't. They just avoid it for the time being. Scared of a potential window play as well. They could boost up later.
Yeah, now if you're Na'Vi, you put a lot of stake in getting these digs, so you really are kind of hoping for like a bomb plant here as maybe a bit of a minimum over on the Na'Vi side. Obviously, you still have a buy in the next round. It's not the end of the world, but with armor invested on Simple, even he's going to look pretty limited. So do want to see some results, and already Simple opening up with that armored Deeg, shutting down Blame F. S-Tag and a Fool as well. These Deegs finding success, but it's Nato to swoop in with 2. He's got to get a lot more work done.
10 seconds.
7 seconds left. This bomb's got to go down. We've seen Na'Vi miss this a few times, and the bomb plant denied. The round is over. Simple, while he's able to get... Oh, don't go down after the time, Simple. He's able to keep on fighting, and he holds on to the AUG by the skin of his teeth, though.
That is pretty huge either way, right? He was one of the few players to actually have armor in that round, and you know, Zeus is going to have no money here anyway because of the lack of bomb plant. Na'Vi, we saw them, you know, get a lot of, you know, extremely late round bomb plants, and sometimes not even getting the bomb down when we saw them play this map yesterday against Big. So is that going to come back to haunt them again? It certainly could do. That was only pistols, though, and such a good round from them. 4 kills. It's going to mean Heroic don't have a great economy in this round. This third round buy for Na'Vi is, I think, arguably better than that of Heroic. Yeah, without a doubt. They've got 4 rifles and a Deagle on Simple, so Heroic scouting an MP9, far from perfect. S-Tag gets aggressive with it, though, and Flamey's been caught down on ramp. Man advantage for Heroic here. They are just keeping Na'Vi contained all over the map. This is looking like a really good start for Heroic.
Yeah, I'm really liking that, you know, Heroic coming into this kind of, you know, the plucky underdogs that very much could. They're not giving any respect away of Na'Vi. They're not letting them play this slow style that so many teams do let Na'Vi fall back into. They're actually using it to their advantage, posting S-Tag so deep within the T-spawn. He gets so much information, facilitates for a 3-man B hold, and that bomb will turn around and try and hit B. Simple bested. Blame does have to be careful because he was the only man at this A side of the map. Now, Na'Vi, they don't know that yet, but if they do decide to hit A, they would have a pretty easy time of it. Edward over in the window, spotted now by Stout, and the penny's going to drop that this is the A play. S-Tag setting up in the Palace. He's already got one, and he's looking for a little bit more.
Na'Vi should read this, so they checked T-Spawn earlier when they wrapped around with this electronic. Freiburg, though, has dropped Edward. 4-on-2. This bomb plot has to come through. No more fakes for Na'Vi, and this is where S-Tag can be so powerful. Stout gets picked up. S-Tag bides his time. The flash is good. The shot is better. Zeus is dead. And electronic, he's got the bomb planted for him. He's got mid-control. Heroic, they should know that he was here earlier in the round. He killed Blame F towards Connector, so they're going to stick around and be aware. Smoke towards Conside cuts him off, and yeah, he's just got to save, really. Goes up on Catwalk, might try and line up a shot through the smoke, but surely not. No way, Freiburg's dead. Damage to Nato, who has to stick the bomb. He's got the kit, and he will be able to get away with it just about. Oh, that's close. Even the Glock lands one bullet. 11 HP for Nato, but the defuse does come through.
Yeah, I think there was even a moment where Electronic didn't really believe he had that, right? And he actually gets it incredibly close. On the back of finding Freiburg, he gets Nato down to, what, 14 points of health. 11. The Glock drops him even lower, down to 11.
Yeah.
By then, the defuse already solidified. Heroic up 3-0. A blinding start here for Heroic, who already sit 1-0 up in this series after their convincing victory over on Vertigo. This is not the series or the start to this map that Na'Vi would have liked at all. I
don't want to get ahead of myself, but what a world this would be if Na'Vi don't make it to Pro League Finals, right? Like, we talk about them being slow starters, and yeah, okay, the first day, we see North beat them in this group, and we go, okay, oh yeah, Na'Vi slow start. They come in against Big yesterday, and they just ruin them. They just destroy Big. So now, there's no more excuses. Na'Vi have had the time to warm up, but they're still getting shut out of this round. Another one where Heroic get aggressive on ramp, and S-Tag, he has been opening up round after round for the CT side. 4-on-2. Na'Vi is split up right now. Simple and Zeus, a bit of a dastardly duo within this roster, but is it going to be enough? Zeus has to rotate round through the T-spawn to come join up with his teammate in the middle of the site. Simple can't get a bomb plant, although no one could stop him if he tried. If he actually manages to cross past Stown, that's where things get interesting, because Heroic don't have CT spawn. Stown, though, he does have that info. Spot Zeus, able to get the kill, dropping him, and now Simple trying to trade. Knows the angle, gets some damage off, but Nato can peek off the back of this. He'll just choose to hold on. That nade could have been good if it was a few seconds earlier, but Stown dropped towards the connector, and Blame takes the brunt of the damage, but Simple still 1-on-4. They've taken CT. This is going to be impossible.
Yeah, Simple's not to know that CT is open, and there's the crossfire. So many shots raining in. And Heroic, another round on this CT side. Na'Vi yet to even really get these all that close. You know, the best chance they've had for a round was that one with Electronic over towards short, I guess you'd have to say. But even that was a 1v3 that he didn't believe in. So, tactical pause called on in. It has to be from the Na'Vi side of things, you imagine. I think the hope for them was, you know, like, okay, maybe if Vertigo doesn't go away, we can write it off, and then we know that Mirage, you know, that's our map. We can head into it looking confident, just beat them on the aim alone, and that does not seem to be the case right now. They, you know, you can't underestimate this Heroic roster. They have taken top teams toe-to-toe in the past, and with the addition of Nato recently, they do look a bit rejuvenated, right? There's a bit more confidence in this roster now to commit to some of these, you know, rather unconventional calls that we see from Blame F, but the whole squad seems to believe in them. They rally behind it, you know, every single time. That's one thing you kind of praised them for, was just how they do commit. There's no questioning of Blame F as the authority within this team.
Yeah, you know, something maybe a little bit wacky, but if you all do it, I mean, that just makes it even more wacky. Na'Vi have got to deal with the numbers, and Heroic, they have really impressed us today, Harry. How much further can they go? S-Tag, he loves a bit of a deep ramp push, and he's throwing the close smoke as well. Na'Vi, they're going for an A execute. They don't even have close ramp. They're going to walk into S-Tag here. And I think now they're starting to have that realization, where, well, how do we deal with this close position? Because re-smoke down, Nato making it very clear that Heroic want to fight aggressively on A, and up against the pistols, Na'Vi are going to have a tough time getting through this defense. Mid's empty right now. We've got Simple lurking around the B apartments, but he's only hoping he can catch rotations, see if Heroic get aggressive. I like that. He drops a pistol to fake the bomb being dropped up in the apartments, but Heroic aren't falling for it. 50 seconds here as Na'Vi set up the utility, and these A-smokes will make it very clear that that fake bomb drop in the apartments is nothing but a ruse. 45 as S-Tag makes first contact. There's some damage. These two players very low. Flamey showing that bomb and dropped immediately. 30 seconds as the second player closed ramp. They won't expect it. NATO gets some more, and Zeus, he's done. Heroic have shut this round down with a flawless anti-eco. 5-0, 5 players surviving. Na'Vi will have money moving forward, but Heroic are chock full of dollars, Harry. They are rolling in, I can't think of a word that signifies money beginning with R. Could you help me out? Rolling in, no, we'll move on. My alliteration is not on point today.
That's fine. Sometimes you wake up on the wrong side of the bed and you get off to a bit of a slow start, as we're seeing in the game right now. Na'Vi, you got to pick things up at some point. And that all now in the hands of Simple. They're hoping this could be the round. He's already opened up. Flamey and Edward finding a killer piece is going to help massively. And finally, they get a handle on this aggression that Heroic have been throwing in. They shut it down nice and early. BlameF immediately re-aggressing into the Palace, and if you're Na'Vi, you've already found a man here. You already dealt with the point man for Heroic. You shouldn't anticipate another to have taken up his deceased friend's position so quickly. Rotation coming in from Freiburg, and BlameF, you know, in this sort of situation, it wouldn't be too uncommon to maybe have misinformation, right? With him being so deep in the Palace, maybe that would cement Freiburg's assertion that it could have been a B play that much more. But he actually starts his rotation round, so both players for Heroic are here. They could definitely look to do damage. The smoke's now starting to rain in, and this will cut Freiburg off from the jungle. BlameF on this wrap, and there is a man keeping an eye on it, Electronic. Question becomes, how long does he hold his ground here for?
Oh, he just turns around, and everyone gets caught as well. Electronic swiveling, finding the kill in response. That's going to keep this round alive for Na'Vi. 1 on 3 for Freiburg now. The nade is fantastic. Electronic gets picked up, but this mid lurk from Simple with the AWP and an open bomb plant, that should be able to seal the fate of Freiburg. Surely, even if he gets this kill and he can't find Flame, he's hiding, carrying at the back of the bomb site. Freiburg clearing it out though, shot through the wall. And now, does he realize Simple, he misses a shot. Freiburg's got an opportunity. That smoke just fading, tapping the bomb, but he's not got time to play with Simple with a flashbang. And he finds the blind Freiburg, getting the kill as well. Na'Vi, they do finally get their first round on this T side. It's off the back of Simple clutching it out in the one-on-one, but I mean, that was at one point a 4-on-2. Na'Vi found a huge amount of entries early on, so big effort from Blame and Freiburg to actually make that round so close.
Yeah, they're not really letting Na'Vi get all too comfortable, are they? He might have won that round, Na'Vi, but the money just looks atrocious. Zeus doesn't even have enough to buy. Simple's got to drop him a gun over. You've got to jiggle this cash around in the Na'Vi camp. And so, you know, you get your first round, but there's still very much a real threat of your economy getting thrown back into chaos. Now, they do still have a loss bonus banked up, obviously. But if they lose this following round, that is going to be them in this kind of spot where you can piece a buy together, but it's really not going to be great. You imagine they partially invest. So on the back of that, you know, realistically, we could see Heroic get up to kind of a 7-1 scoreline. If they pick this round up, it becomes a pretty important one in deciding the fate of Na'Vi in this series, or in this map at least. And yeah, I mean, Edward, he's got to take the hit. He's down onto a Galil. They have a bit of utility to play around with, but not as much as they would like. And already S-Tag picking up Edward over here in middle. Man advantage secured. They don't go any further than that, and that will be the right decision. Zeus is holding on to that mid-wrap.
Wow.
Simple, okay. All right, buddy. Freiburg tries to peek into the apartments, and that is a decision he's going to regret.
And Na'Vi, they just double back. They don't even push off the back of it. Heroic brought everyone off of the A side. They had 4 players outside of B for a second there. Luckily enough, they've now realized that, okay, Na'Vi haven't dived through this bomb site, so maybe it isn't the right rotation to make. Re-smoke for NATO down on ramp. Blame is here as well. Stown is close by up window side. And Blame, he's going to go play the sandwich. This is very aggressive. It's going to be kind of hung out to dry here if they get the smokes down for Na'Vi, but only one bit of utility, and that's on Simple. Where does he choose to throw it here? He's not even going to. He's just going to walk out with the orb, making first contact, trying to again find an opening kill for Na'Vi, and he's done it. Nato's dead. Blame all on him. Stound's trying to draw away their attention, and Blame won't fight. Blame won't peek. He'll wait for them to cross to the site, but Electronic, oh, they hit the shot. Connect, surely, no. Blame gets the kill. The trade's there for Simple. Time for the bomb plant. Stound heard on that rotate, and Zeus has already climbed up on top of the stairwell. It's just S-Tag, but maybe I shouldn't say just. He finds one. But Simple coming alive. 4 kills on that AWP, both opening kills to the bomb sites, and then closing it out as well.
And I tell you what, if you're Na'Vi, you wanted a saving grace. You needed someone to get you out of the hole you find yourself in. And Simple, if anyone was going to do it, it would be this man. 4 kills for him in this round. A monstrous performance already from the start. The best player in the world, Simple, showing us why he has that mantle.
Ooh. They've had enough of him, Harry.
Yeah, heavy nade stack into top mid. More nades going to follow up onto it. They try and stagger them in the hopes that Na'Vi, you know, if they were holding back on the back of seeing the nades, that then maybe they show some aggression. And I mean, the $1,500 of investment there from Heroic into all those nades hasn't really found much to write home about in this round.
Resmoke in the window and Na'Vi are all over middle, and I think Heroic have got the read as well. Look at this rotate towards A from CT. They're going to walk right into it, but still USPs shouldn't be a hassle. Flamey finds the first. Blame, Molotov's going to make things hot, and he will get burnt to a crisp. Flamey shutting him down. Stound alone in Palace. And Flamey is aware of the possibility. Yes, he is. Taking him down. This is another clean round for Na'Vi. The anti-eco not being a problem. I like the nade stack there from Heroic, but it only finds damage, and damage is not enough. 3 rounds to Na'Vi on this T side. This is a 5-0 lead initially, Harry, and we're getting a little worried, but at least Na'Vi's tactical pauses put their minds back in order.
And that is one of the things that we do have to remember, is that Na'Vi on day one, sure, they might have looked slow, they might have looked sleepy, they lose to North in that 3-map series. But then the Na'Vi that we saw yesterday in that big clan matchup was a stellar Na'Vi, a scary Na'Vi, with everyone stepping up in equal parts. It wasn't just a Simple showing. And so, you know, Simple, he's instilled a bit of confidence in this team once again, and now we hope that we can see those kind of similar performances from the likes of Electronic, from the likes of Flamey, and they can kind of fall into place around Simple.
And I think if Na'Vi pull this, we're going to overpass, Harry. That's going to be a lot of fun if that's a factor.
Well, yeah, because we've seen how many little gimmicky things that Heroic have in their repertoire on that map. You think about some of the rather unconventional calls that we saw. For example, yesterday, that game versus North, they rushed Monster into that first rifle round on the CT side with a deep smoke just flashing through it. And it was a very interesting idea. Then they also did a little nade stack from the CT dumpster to try and deny the bomb plant. And I feel like, you know, versus a team like Na'Vi, those strategies are... well, they're going to be pretty terrifying.
I mean, even think about a T-side pistol as well. They pushed B and then wrapped CT to A with like 4 players and the bomb.
Now that one is very
despicable.
Situational.
Yeah, no, that's not a strat. Yeah. That's a mid-round.
Yeah, that was a mid-round call. But I like the decision. You know, Blame, he does approach the game in a very interesting way. This round, however, Na'Vi setting up over at the ramp will be Flamey and Simple here. A dastardly duo. It's Simple taking the head of S-Tag off. Stound now going to offer himself up in the CT spawn, retrieves that AWP, might look to throw it across to Nato. Instead, he's going to don it himself. Nato taking a position inside of the bomb site. Simple still here. Still just homing in on CT. Stound is not being given a lot of room. Flame's going to win his fight down in connector, but Electronic is nearby to trade.
Ooh, and they never knew about Nato. He was hiding below. They get the bomb up on Tetris, but he drops Zeus, gets aggressive with it. Simple ready for it. Oh dear, almost caught a second. Stound Back up on the angle with the AWP. That nade's going to hit him right in the face, and that will give Simple the room to maneuver. But 20 seconds, they need that bomb. Electronic going to go for it while Simple's scoped up. Oh, he's got to climb a mountain. We'll be able to get an open plant, considering it's a double CT side setup for Heroic, but that's where the retake will start to come through. 10 seconds. Now they can just move in. Simple's got that cross locked in and locked out of Heroic. But not for long, they're going to begin to move. No flashbangs, they've just got to take the gunfights. Electronic waiting on top of the site. Simple just playing for the clutch, and Freiburg's going to find the first. Now it is this man who has so much power. Spots the AWP, the defuse is coming in, almost hits a shot, but Freiburg moves off the defuse, and now Simple, he's getting hounded up close. Freiburg will win it out, and Heroic are going to win the round. 6 there on the CT side. The retake works out. I love that double CT setup call. Heroic have been so good at running these little two-man plays, and they'll win it out in the 2v2.
See, the worrying thing for me is, as good as Heroic have looked and as good as that Vertigo game was, as much as we praise this team, the X factor is the fact that Simple just seems to be having one of these days that he so often has, where he's not missing a beat. Obviously falling short in the one-on-one, but he gets 3 kills in that round. A monstrous effort from him.
Can't really ask for more.
No, that's the thing. And with how well all the other players have been playing around Simple within these last few series, you really do hope that we can see them even get to a fraction of that once again. Because Simple has been doing a hell of a lot in these rounds when he's had the AWP in hand.
Well, this time Na'Vi have gone very, very fast inside of the connector. They charge mid. Heroic, in the meantime, pushing up on ramp. So this is a very awkward round where everyone's swapping positions. Nato has connector covered, and he is cutting them down. 2 with the AWP. Simple trying to come through the palace. He's going to burst in with the AWP. He has to make a play if he wants to win this round, but he's been cornered and wallbanged by Flame. Flamey, similar story. That Flame on his feet will be heard. Zeus does get himself inside of window, but this is still a very awkward situation for Na'Vi. Flamey getting caught by Nato, who's just on a tear right now. We may have Simple hitting shots with the AWP, but Nato is 11-4 as well, and that could be the difference maker for Heroic. 7-3 up. This CT side is looking outstanding.
Yeah, and you know, we saw just in that previous round, S-Tag actually donning the AWP over Nato, which, you know, now that it's back in the AWP's hands over here for Heroic, he does immediately find some big impact with it. Obviously, that is one of the little strengths of this squad that is something that we haven't really seen all too much of, but is definitely in their repertoire. Is S-Tag, you know, there was a time both where he was a primary AWPer and a secondary AWPer in this team. So
someone else who can even AWP as well is Stown. Stown's really good with that weapon, so there is a lot of depth when it comes to AWPing on Heroic. It's not just the secondary AWP, Harry. They can pass it over to almost anyone on this roster with good success. Freiburg's probably one of the few players we won't see take that AWP too often, if at all. But that's fine, because it's working out right now. Nato having a great game, 7-3 for Heroic. We do have to remember Na'Vi's CT side is lethal on this map. And if they watched that game yesterday versus Heroic, I wonder if they have any responses to these aggressive B plays that will likely be coming through in the second half, but we'll leave that for the future. Ooh.
Oh, Freiburg goes aggressive. The flash falling a little too shallow to blind Electronic. Or did he turn away?
He turned. It was a perfect flash, Harry. Perfect flash.
Wow. Electronics one step ahead, and on the back of finding Freiburg so deep, they might look to hit this B bomb site. They actually decide against it. Rotating away. There's no need to rush if you're Na'Vi in this situation. They're sat a man up. They know that it's Heroic now under the pressure in this round. The one man who could look to throw maybe a bit of a spanner in the works is going to be, I was going to say S-Tag over here towards Connectors. Looked like maybe him and Blaine were going to try and do something to get some information down in mid, but they do just fall back into a more passive setup. And actually Heroic rotating everyone off of B, electing to stack all 4 players towards the A side of the map, and they might get Electronic as he's boosted up into the window.
Oh, this is so awkward. The smoke fade. I imagine we're running the new smokes as well. Maybe not, because of what Chad said earlier. But either way, Stown's going to win the fight. Electronic getting dropped. Na'Vi hitting up B now, going aggressively into it. 25 seconds in Heroic. They set up for a retake on this site, and now they're going to have to do exactly that. Kits on 3. couple of Molotovs as well. That'll make their job a little bit easier, but this first fight's going to make the difference. Stown falls down, and now 4-on-3 for Na'Vi in the post-spawn. Do Heroic even go for this? Probably not. It was down to that first engagement. If Stown gets a kill, then Heroic surely give it an option, give it a look into at least, but now with Na'Vi taking it, it doesn't seem to be an option. 4 rounds on the T side. Nearing the end of the half now, and Na'Vi doing their best to close the distance.
And I mean, you think about the players that we've been looking to have a lot of impact. And on either side of the equation, Hugo, it has been the AWPers really stepping up for either one of these squads. NATO on the side of Heroic, Simple for the side of Na'Vi. So the economy means a hell of a lot in this matchup. You want to be getting those AWPs in play. Now, NATO was able to hold his forward alongside those rifles. So there's a buy available to Heroic here. But it's the next round that becomes a worrying prospect. You are going to be in that situation where you do just have to take an eco. And even then, you won't be able to get that AWP out on NATO. Zeus opening this round up into Palace. The attempt at the aggression here from Heroic gets sent packing by the IGL of Na'Vi. S-Tag and Stown, both bested, both deleted, up in the Palace position. They've been dethroned. And already these rotations, Heroic, they've just got to stack this A side of the map. They hedge their bets, actually maybe deciding against it.
It's the seed of doubt. It's the hesitation from Na'Vi that's making this round so awkward for Heroic. They want to rotate towards A, look at them, but they're not convinced at all. Na'Vi just taking so long to get outside of this ramp that Heroic are going to go, okay, well, if they're not coming instantly, then maybe they're not coming at all. Let's gamble and stack B. Could still be the right call, but I imagine Na'Vi with 5-on-3 are going to send probes before they commit to a bomb site.
Yeah, the one thing is, you know, Na'Vi, they often leave these rounds down to the wire, and this time it is ticking away. So you kind of lose the ability to probe a bomb site and get the information as that clock ticks on down. It looks like they're going to dedicate to the A play, and on the back of just chance alone, they've picked the right bomb site. They'll get it for free, and this should be a 5th round for Na'Vi all day long. No one from Heroic's going to get to have any say in the matter. And likely it's just going to be another save here for the Heroic squad.
Seems to be the case. Na'Vi starting to come alive, at least in the latter stage of this half. Kind of what we hoped for. This T side looking to bring us to a 3rd map. Although it will require a 2-halved game for that to be the case. That being said, Na'Vi known for their CT sides. Zeus trying to move through the murder hole. Won't be murdered just yet. Freiburg finds Edward with some damage, but NATO getting caught throwing the smoke through. He'll get swung on by Zeus. Now this save has fallen apart for Heroic, and Na'Vi taking every gun away that they can. Blame's looking just for anything he can get. There's one. Zeus up close as well around the corner, but Electronic gets a trade, and Zeus can even double back and grab that orb dropped by NATO in the market. I wonder if he will, because he ran past it initially while looking for that final kill. And Simple still having a great game, so to see that AWP thrown over as a potential here for Na'Vi, that could be great. And of course, it's Zeus to even open up this round initially. He gets 3 kills in the round, shutting down the double Palace push from Heroic, and even dropping the AWP that won't be saved. Na'Vi just looking to go fast and furious into yet another round.
Well, fast and furious. I mean, the furious, yeah. But the fasts, no.
Slow and steady instead.
Nah, yeah, but you see, you still have an explosive ending. So it's like, I don't even know. What's slow and explosive? Na'Vi?
Yeah. Wow, what a comparison, Harry.
Yeah, there we go.
Tip-top analysis.
Nailed it. Look, man, I saw it. We were both struggling there.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. They are like a broken torpedo, are Na'Vi. It's like it's trundling through the water, but it's still deadly.
What happens if you shoot a bullet underwater? Is it still as fast? Or it's obviously not as fast, but is it still fast enough to, you know, hit
Why?
someone?
What's your plan? Like, do you just like, hate dolphins or something? Like, are they like the seagulls of wherever you live?
What does that even mean? The seagulls are where I live. Let's just move on. Na'Vi firing some bullets underwater into Heroic's face. I don't know where I'm going with this. You've really kind of thrown everything up in the air, Harry, or underwater. And these submarines are sinking right now for the likes of Heroic. Attack coming out from them. As this 5-0 lead that initially was in their favor has certainly fallen apart. Na'Vi is starting to nip away at their heels.
Yeah, I mean, now for Heroic, it's kind of in times like this when you are the underdog squad. You had this lead built up, but it started to slip away from you. This is where the pressure will be setting in, and this is where someone like BlameF, who is not as experienced as the players on the other side of the equation, could be kind of hamstrung for answers at times like this. And this is where you want to be looking to the coach, obviously Peacemaker, the more experienced player within the squad in the form of Freiburg, to maybe bounce some ideas back and forth. I mean, think about a lot of the tactical pauses. You do often see Freiburg is very vocal in them. He is kind of playing that like daddy role within the team. Yeah, he lets BlameF makes his own mistakes, but sometimes he will just intervene. Like, come on, maybe we don't stack this A, but I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of brain power in this team, right? Because you've got XIGL, NATO, you've got S-Tag, who's been in almost every iteration of this roster. You got, you know, Freiburg, obviously one of the most touted players in the Counter-Strike. Very experienced. And of course, BlameF, the in-game leader. But that goes without saying. So a lot of input can be had from all of these players, really. Ooh, that's a great start. Edward getting inside of the ladder room and finding Stown through the wall. This could open up the B split for Na'Vi, but I say split, there's no one in the apartments. They're just running all up catwalk right now. Freiburg spots it. He's scared of this B play, and now the bomb's going to be picked up. That's where it will end up. Freiburg drops, and Na'Vi, they are all over this map. Simple's lurking out, Palace at the perfect point. S-Tag shot in the back. And this is a Na'Vi round all over it.
Yeah, and I just think the sheer frequency that we're having to see Heroic go for these saves is really showing the one-sidedness of these T rifle rounds from Na'Vi. They're even delaying the bomb plant by the looks of things, just to try and hunt these guns down. And they've cleared every position on the map. They've really got Heroic's name and number here. They know where these weapons reside. It has to be somewhere towards ramp. And Electronic spots both players, brings Blame down low. He won't be able to recover the AWP. And he doesn't know where Na'Vi are, so he's just going to stick in this one position he's got. Simple deletes him, and Na'Vi tying this up 7-7.
Yeah, fantastic recovery on this T side, on a team that has a very strong CT side of Mirage. So, you know, with going forward, I can't wait to see what their responses are to Heroic's terrorist half, because we saw so many BXX. They were just abusing North with them for an entirety of a game. North did eventually pick it up, but Heroic certainly made it interesting. And that will all be to come, all be to be shown in the second half. Time to see who's going to win out there first, though. Get that 8th round as we have Na'Vi fully equipped. Heroic anything but. Double Scout, double SMG. But half the chance. Do not want to play with fire, Freiburg. You've already lost this fight before. It's not even a fight. It's not even fair. It's like pinata beatings. The pinata didn't have a hope in hell. So probably don't hang yourself up on a tree outside a kid's birthday party and fill yourself with candy, because otherwise Simple would take you down. 7-7, and Na'Vi have yet to find a pick outside of B. They'll be doubling back towards underpass, looking to try and take some mid control.
I can't believe some of the things you say, man.
I don't know what I'm saying either, to be honest.
I just feel like, you know, hanging around outside a kid's birthday party with sweets is like already a weird enough thing, and then hanging yourself in a tree while you do it? Well, hang on, I mean like...
Whoa.
Yeah, like up in a tree, not... I don't
Dangling from the branches, Harry. Like, by your toes. He's got really beefy toes. Do you do toe workouts?
Toe curls the thing? I don't know. I don't
Probably
go to the
not.
gym. As you can probably tell, I have the physique of a lasagna. So
The taste of one too.
yeah, that's one of my weirder traits. Here's the play down through short. Nato on the other
20
side.
seconds.
He'll get eaten up. Freiburg, oh, he could deny this round. He has found Zeus, and that bomb gets dropped out in the open. Na'Vi going to try and plant it. S-tags in with another, and this is all but falling apart. Blame F now arriving, able to deny the bomb plant. The time's ticked away, and Edward, he's going to get the bomb planted. It's dropped. The round is over. Heroic, they find an 8th. Freiburg aggressive up in the apartments, and the rest of the guys rotating in. Na'Vi, they're betrayed by the clock once again.
Classic Na'Vi round. I mean, 2 of their players are still alive when the round ends, so that's very unfortunate, that late B play not working out. But talking of B plays, we got a lot more where that came from. Heroic move over to the T side. Join us for that in just a moment to see who will be taking map number 2. Heroic sitting in the lead here on Na'Vi's map pick after the first half. They get 8 rounds on their CT side. It's close, but it's clean. Heroic, underdogs in this best-of-3 series, but right now, a map up and looking to end this on Mirage. They do not want to go to overpass, but Na'Vi will do everything in their power to stop them. Moving over to the more favored half now are Na'Vi, and this is where we're really going to see this team come alive, I think. Full armor on the pistol round, bit of utility for Heroic, and what have they got?
Well, over in the Na'Vi side of things, it's just armor across the board. They don't even want to let this bomb go down, but Simple has already been headshot over here in mid. He's going to go back in for some more, undeterred by the T's knocking at his door. Electronic hold in connector. Still alive, and he's able to peek out and get down. There's Zeus in with another. I don't know how this happens the way that it has, but it's S-Tag left alone. He's shooting Zeus's little feeties, and he's looking, man, he's got a foot fetish with this position. Look at him go, it's all he can see. He's in heaven. And Edward will shut him down. Na'Vi find the pistol. They tie this up 8-8.
Oh, God, you make me laugh. Yeah, the lead now established, well, not established, but broken. Na'Vi going to be keeping things close, and Heroic going for the force buy. No bomb plant, so just pistols and armor.
I got a little tweet from Chadley Sponge Birchall.
Yeah.
Simple went 5-0 in opening duels on the T side of Mirage. However, the team only managed to convert 2 of the 5 power play 4-on-5 situations.
Sounds about right. Is that just the power play, or is that the moment you amp game for power play? Because that's a whole different...
That is a whole different kettle of fish.
Bucket of trout.
Fast speed play from Heroic, and it's like shooting fish in a barrel for Na'Vi, making quick work of this attempted B play. It's been torn to shreds, and Flamey, he's reeled in a big round for the Na'Vi side, who now sit in the lead. That was the attempted force from Heroic as well, so this lead continues to build for Na'Vi.
Yeah, this is where you would imagine they're going to start to take the lead. Heroic, they have another eco round ahead of them before we've got guns. That B rush not working out in the slightest. Decimation. And so a chance for retribution with the Deagles. Although Electronic doesn't want to let it happen. He's flashed up towards top mid. Getting aggressive with the SMG. Blame on the other side. Not for long. NATO's in the corner, but not spotted. This is just Na'Vi hunting, hungry, looking for jewels with these SMGs. The pistols from Heroic finding very minimal damage. NATO on the Glock, only going to get a dink. The cleanup crew is here. Na'Vi flawless rounds, back-to-back, 10 rounds to 8. And now the buy here for Heroic, but Na'Vi have established a decent economy coming into this CT side, about as good as they can get, considering it's only been 3 rounds. So pressure really is on for Heroic to break things, and where will they do that?
Well, we get to see the AWP on either side of the equation very early on, and that's what I'm excited for. You want to be keeping your eye on NATO, keeping your eye on Simple. It almost goes without saying. And it looks like we might see a bit of a clash over here in mid initially. Edward actually decides against it, throws a bit of early utility in, but will bank away from the mid position. NATO waiting for this jump spot, not going to replicate that same feat that Simple did in the first half of finding a man jumping across. He will stick around though, just to see if anyone else offers themselves up here.
No, right one. There we go. You don't want to crouch with that. If you don't crouch, it's going to go deeper. Ooh. Ooh. Ah! Yeah, NATO showing that that shot is harder than it looks. Simple may have taken it onto Freiberg earlier, but don't get me wrong, like, that's not an easy shot.
You watch Simple do it and you're like, I could do that.
No.
No, because he's just not a human being. That's what you have to remember. Ooh. He's part robot and part man. So I guess he is a human being.
Somewhat. Are robots people too?
I don't even know if we could settle that in the 35 seconds left of this round, Hugo.
Right. Yeah.
Not yet, but maybe. Is Zeus holding close with this MP9. Flamey having to keep an eye on this potential window boost. And this is as a result of no one keeping an eye on mid early on for Na'Vi. They'll check this angle. And this was Heroic's undoing on this map the other day. We saw Gade looking so good in that close position, shutting them down time and time again. Zeus clearly felt inspired, but Freiberg has opened up B with a double. S-Tag's going to tag up Edward, and for Electronic and Simple, they've just got to hold on to these guns.
Yeah, I mean, the late round B play, Na'Vi were not ready for that. They had a triple setup over on A with like, deep ramp players and palace control. So Na'Vi were very much hoping for Heroic to maybe split mid, go for that A play. And Stown does get behind enemy lines through market side, but Heroic just walking through the apartments with 20 seconds left. A very ballsy call, but they get it done. They get the bomb plant down. And yeah, I mean, as you mentioned, Harry, we harped on them a little bit yesterday for it, but seriously, they can't afford to let that continue to be their downfall. This close balcony position that actually ruined them yesterday. So Zeus, he gets one from it. That's about it. Heroic able to trade their way to the bomb site. And 9 rounds to 10, they pick up their first rifle round. We were talking about it, and here it is. The Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel Power Plays. Head over to @ESL CS on Twitter and pick your one over there, making it look simple, being current #1. Oh, I think that's not number one, just play one.
But I tell you what, I like the name. Making it look simple.
That's a good one.
Yeah. The others, less innovative. I guess there's less you can do. You know, like Get Out of Stown maybe would have been one.
That's a good one.
I don't know, like Edward. Mate, your name just, you can't do anything with it.
Nah.
NATO and S-Tag, they're impossible as well. There's 2 of them.
10-9, Na'Vi still holding the lead, but this is where Heroic's rifle rounds are going to start to get interesting on this T side. They seem very confident still, you know, going for that early force buy after losing pistol. Not exactly panning out. It was clean anti-ecos and anti-force buys for Na'Vi, but now it's got to be clean rifle rounds. Triple B setup, AWP here as well. They're giving up A somewhat. It's only Edward within the site, but that's exactly where Heroic look to establish themselves.
Trying to set up Zeus with this aggressive Apps position, and he could stand to get a lot from it. Now, Stown is on the other side. They're going to hear that deep flash. So Stown will anticipate that maybe a player has gotten by. Regardless, having Zeus so deep within the apartments does pose a bit of a threat to Heroic, and Stown just keeps missing the timing. These two just destined to never see each other. That close smoke will give up that there's a man looking to ruin their day, and a nice nade followed up from Zeus to find a bunch of damage onto S-Tag. Heroic, they've really changed this in the middle of the round. It was looking like it was just going to be a B fake with a play into that A bomb site.
Yo, that smoke is sick. Wow.
What? Yeah, that just looks super casual as well, like the way he threw that in.
Yeah. Threw that from the middle of the site, so not bad, but Heroic, I mean, they're rushing into apartments control for Na'Vi. That's a dangerous game at the best of times. Zeus, he gets one. Trade is there. Molotov is good. They do clear out this position that was such a nuisance. Now, with Electronic dead, these rotates have to come in, but Na'Vi are very, very quick. They're not waiting for the retake. They just want to take the fights. Flamey will not even get the bullets off. Freiberg drops him coming through the smoke. Simple going to do the same. And he might have the element of surprise. That re-smoke has given Freiberg a bit of a gap, a bit of a hole to hide in, but Simple's going to be ready for it. Gets the flick back round. 2-on-2 inside of the site. He hits the no-scope. NATO's killed his teammate, but Simple has made this possible. Finds NATO, and this man is unreal. Can he find the last one? Back to the benches, Blame in the corner. Simple doesn't clear the left side. He expects him to still be on the site. Time is ticking. And the distance has to be closed. Will Simple even go for this one? He's got to, surely, but no, realizes that with low HP, it might not be a reality. He's going to have to save his AWP. What an attempt, though. Hitting the tag shot onto Blame as well. He knows Blame's going to go down with the bomb after that one, but Heroic will take that round. Ho-ho.
Yeah, I mean, I said coming into this round, Simple seemed like he was in that scary form, and that one shows exactly why. Ridiculous stuff from him, but still not enough to find the round for Na'Vi. Heroic tying this up 10-10 as a result of everyone dying. This is not the most ideal buy, but they're not going to feel too limited either. Sure, you got Stown on the Galil, but it's not the end of the world. Early smoke over in mid to try and deny vision the way of Simple. He was there with the AWP in this round and decides just to get out of danger before it comes his way. It's a mid control, an early precedent set by Heroic as they're keen on grabbing this to kickstart round 21. Ooh. Bit of damage found on a Freiberg there. Spraying through that smoke was Electronic. Ooh. They boosted Stown up into the window, and actually Flamey might not be ready for the pace of this.
And he's got a gap on the edge as well, Flamey. Molly towards underpass. Stown knows that Flamey probably doesn't expect it, but he's going to chip the angle anyway. 22 HP. Stown, will he commit to it? He gets repeaked. Electronic saving his teammate there. Flamey can now cover a window from the CT spawn or just opt to go inside of B because that's where only one player sits right now for Na'Vi. It's Zeus. In the meantime, Heroic is setting up outside of A with 2. It's only a fake though. That bomb is in the apartments. It could come through underpass to be honest, but Heroic looking to sneak into B. NATO's been killed by Edward. The flashbang there for Na'Vi. A man advantage re-secured. Flamey, he's watching the smoke push. And if they go through it, it will be kills for him. He fakes the drop off. Which I think he just fell more than anything. Simple kills the other A lurk, and now it is just the B play for Heroic.
And they're just going to trundle into their demise. Blame F while he does get the first man. It's not without heavy cost to his own HP, and he'll get finished off. Na'Vi keeping the lead up. They keep that round clean as well. And it's back to the drawing board now for the majority Danish squad. They likely just going to have to field an eco into this one, and that's going to allow Na'Vi to facilitate this lead even further. Or I guess rather to grow this lead. I feel like I overcomplicated that. Simple. With the AWP in hand, over towards mid he goes. Not going to try his hand at the short jump in this round. Instead, just holding for this mid peak. Knows that Heroic don't have the money to smoke him off. It's the waterfall play. That nade finds a lot of damage. And everyone's getting mopped up. Edward not faltering. S-Tag, sure he gets one, but that is it. All Heroic wanted out of that round was a bomb plant, and they're not able to get it. Not the end of the world. Bye coming up in the next, but Na'Vi sitting 12-10 up. That lead, that gap between these two teams is ever growing.
And it's do or die time right now. Heroic only have a couple of rifle rounds left in the tank. That's, of course, assuming Na'Vi start picking up more and more on the CT side. I would be betting for that. Simple as 24-7 right now. How's he got 7 deaths? It's been 22 rounds. That's actually stupid. Na'Vi, very happy that he's having a strong performance today. Heroic are going to be setting up outside the A site here. One of the few rounds Na'Vi haven't been running this close ramp positioning. This time they are going to be waiting for the push to come through. And they will get it. Smokes over the top. But actually, look at this rotation from Heroic. Curiously so, they double back towards spawn side. Na'Vi rotated heavily into A and also pushed the top of middle. Flamey's here. So now Heroic are doubling back into unknown territory, into murky waters. And Na'Vi, they've got sharks swimming all over this ocean. They've got players in the apartments. They have top mid. And Na'Vi still think this is going to be an A play. More smokes going out onto the site, but the bomb going B.
Yeah, Zeus's forward position that could really make or break the shroud for Na'Vi.
Oh my.
Oh no.
Timing.
He's decided to go for the rotation on the back of that second volley of smokes now getting thrown out from the ramp and a few players showing their hand.
Oh, wow.
Na'Vi, they've read this, that this was the double fake 2A, and it's not. There are fakes on fakes on fakes.
They need this plant. Where is it? Well, 4-on-5 on the retake. This is going to be favorable for Na'Vi, but Heroic, they have had so much ample time to get into their post plants on this retake. Zeus is jumping over. S-Tag drops him. 3 players up catwalk. He does not want to take that fight, but he's just going to get spammed through the wall if he doesn't move. Stown dropping Edward, and there it is. There's a save for Na'Vi. What an unbelievable next level play from Heroic. They throw all those smokes in A. They force the rotates. Na'Vi, 1 second difference from winning that round. If Zeus spots them there, he doesn't rotate off B. He delays them long enough to stop the bomb plant, and Na'Vi can win that round, but he leaves B right as they go through the apartments. That's timing right there, Harry. That's Counter-Strike timing for you. But impressive stuff from Heroic. Not something we expected to see. Ironic that NATO is using an Na'Vi mousepad.
Yeah, that's amazing.
He's just stolen all their gear right before the game. Yeah. He ran in, he broke all the keyboards over their knees. He
over
cut
their knees?
Their
Not
knees.
even his
Yeah,
own knee.
No.
Like, he's just like,
right, simple.
Right, Zeus, come in.
Well, cut all their mouse cord cables. Didn't realize they were using wireless mice.
What was he cutting then?
The charger.
That's just more of a mild inconvenience.
Yeah.
And Heroic, well, throwing the set piece in, they're looking to try and cut down Edward. He will get safe passage back to CT. Heroic, they've secured a pretty significant foothold out from Tetris, but they've got to get deeper. And Edward just ducking in and out of this smoke, using it as a bit of a veil to hide behind. Freiburg able to equalize this into even odds, but it's Edward emerging once again from CT. NATO's left in the 1-on-3. They're all around him, and he almost gets that spray up to Electronic, but not quite. Electronic with 4 kills. We were looking for someone else to come alive alongside Simple, and Electronic does it in that round there. Continuing to build upon this Na'Vi lead, not letting Heroic get comfortable. This is still down to the wire, though. 13-11 at the end of that round.
And I just love the pressure that Na'Vi constantly have on this A site. Heroic, they just can't even get the bomb crossed towards default. Even though they smoke off the players within the bomb site, Na'Vi are just challenging everything. So much more confident here on this map than that of Vertigo, which was, of course, a bit of a mare. Simple, I was going to say getting boosted, failing to getting boosted. We'll eventually get up into the ladder room. That ladder will be heard from underpass though. Heroic have the bomb down there, looking to take mid control with 5. Na'Vi not touching it at all. Electronic, not sure if he saw them there on the jump spot, because if he had, that is the bomb. Big info for Na'Vi if they get it, but Heroic are looking to take more mid-control. Stown getting boosted up. Not going to be able to catch Simple inside of the ladder room. But the reboost from Na'Vi as well. This is curiously timed because Stown just got on top of the head of his teammate and does take the frag.
Simple out for revenge. Really is the John Wick of CS. Holding over here towards short. Players out in top mid. Simple could have a bit of a shooting gallery coming his way. They boost Blame F up into the window. Simple still floating around and spots the barrel. This is why sometimes... Oh, actually, Simple. He's just waiting. He's so patient and finally rewarded. Looking for another, looking to follow up, but S-Tag does get the trade. We don't have a big moment from Simple. Instead, this A bomb site has crumbled. 2 players over in CT, and with only 10 seconds left, this bomb has to go down. They could try and deny it here and now. Electronic barreling in, lines up 2, looking for the 3rd, and he's flashed, but he still gets it. The round is over, and Blame F, he can hold on to the AWP, but that is it. Electronic, phenomenal stuff from him at a pivotal moment in that round. With just 13 seconds left on the clock, he takes the gunfights and he finds every single one of them, keeping the dream alive of Overpass for Na'Vi, keeping the chance to get to Pro League finals here for Season 9 alive.
And that was such an important round. The loser of that round has their money broken, taken away from them, Harry. And it's going to be Heroic who will be down in the dumps. Na'Vi pick up 14. And Heroic, look at what they got to show for it. Pistols, that saved AWP on Blame, but surely that can't save the day here. He's taken the first kill, won't expect the re-peek, and Zeus is going to double it, dropping Stown as well. That AWP is in no man's land. NATO going to try and retrieve it. He has found that, but the Molotov sent him packing. He won't be able to get the trade into B. In the meantime, Pistols coming through ramp. Bomb plant attempted here. Edward's going to just stop them, lighting up the scoreboard. Freiburg dead. S-Tag cannot even think about the bomb plant, and he can't even think about kills because Edwards dropped him. 1 HP the difference, and NATO in a 1-on-4. Na'Vi have secured such a foothold in this map that this is going to be almost impossible.
Well, NATO's been looking for a chance to prove himself, but he's not going to get it in this round here and now. Simple shutting him down from the bomb site. Map point for Na'Vi. Looking to take us the distance, looking to take us to 3. And Heroic, they take the eco in that round there. It's also they can try and get a buy here and now. They are only 4 rounds behind. This comeback is by no means impossible, but it's going to require a great deal of not just effort as a team, but on an individual basis here to carry them across to an overtime. 4 rounds consecutively against the Na'Vi, against the Simple and Electronic, with moments that they've been having, is a task that some of the best teams in the world have struggled with.
And just Na'Vi, at least from the cameras, right? They just look eager, ready to go, all communicating, all confident. It's showing up in the server as well. 15-11, overpass on the horizon. Heroic will need 4 rounds in a row, and that's only to get overtime, Harry. And then the challenge really starts. Na'Vi with unlimited funds once we hit that, if we hit that, because right now, Mach 10, AWP, triple rifle for Heroic. do or die right now on the server. Electronic has been so good, and again, 29 kills. He's just going to line them up in the middle. Simple's had it with this game, and he is AWPing both, dropping the bomb and dropping any chance of Heroic to keep this map alive. It's NATO and Stown sneaking through smokes. NATO just going to hide within it. So he's throwing the flash from short. Might actually tempt NATO to even go through, thinking that, okay, there's no one watching from the car. The player's close below, and oh, does he realize how close he is? NATO, no he doesn't. Stown gets the kill on Simple in the meantime, but he is all that stands. 1 on 3. Zeus has done it, and that's it. Na'Vi 16-11. They may have fell apart over on Vertigo, but Mirage is far more of their proving grounds. We head to Overpass, a map that Heroic have already shown to be quite interesting.